We're going to start with royal news. And if you didn't know, Prince Harry's back in the UK for the first time in 5 months. He was visiting Windsor Castle yesterday to pay his respects to the late Queen. And then he was at the Well Child Awards in London, where he met with children and even discussed family life.
Have you got brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I've got a younger brother.
Younger brother?
14 at the minute, turns 15 next month.
Does he drive you mad, or does he not?
No, we get along fine.
That's fine. You're not the same school?
Yeah, we are.
You're the same school as well?
Yeah.
That sometimes makes it more challenging.
Yeah, his friends are more annoyed than him, though, so.
I mean, we could talk all day about that brotherly relationship between Harry and William, but I feel like we've talked it to death. But the thing that we thought we'd talk about is how your siblings can impact the person that you become. I'm one of 3. I'm the oldest child. And I would say I definitely have older child tendencies as a result of having to sort of mother my 2 younger siblings. But we are very, very close. And there they are, look, there's Karina and Joshua, and that's my Auntie Jean there. And I think it's Alfie that's on Joshua's shoulders there. And I was in Dubai for my sister's 40th birthday earlier on this year, and it just reminded me she's really a middle child, so she's a lot wilder than I am, because she could be wild, because I think middle children can be wild, whereas the oldest child always has to be a little bit more responsible. And my brother, well, he was just kind of allowed to do whatever, because youngest child, he's the baby, which you'll know all about.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely the rebel of the family. And holidays, I would say holidays are amazing because I just arrive, right? Aww. But Mutsi, I would say, feels like she's more of the tour guide because she plans everything. Yeah. But my sisters have been my everything, and our relationship has absolutely been amazing. And this year, we took our first holiday. We went to Ibiza. And she had the OT experience. We got so drunk, she didn't wake up until 2 p.m. And she said, we are never doing holidays again.
Oh, wow.
Together. Yeah. And I was like, but you had a good time. And she's like, the best time ever. So we've been able to bond. And obviously through Strictly, that brought us really tight because we had to have each other's back. But my world wouldn't be what it is without my sisters. They literally taught me how to create friendships with other people.
Oh, that's so lovely. I always say that to my 2. I always talk about siblings being each other's first best friends.
Absolutely.
Because you also learn about conflict resolution and stuff like that, which you did with your siblings in terms of conflict resolution and dealing with, like, arguments and learning about life.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a little brother, and I have to say, there's not that much between us. I think, like, a couple of years. There he is, Damien. And we are super close. We've always been really, really close. But I definitely take on that mum role because I feel like you know more about them than what their own parents know about them. They kind of let you in on a lot more. And so that can be a bit of a strain, like, over the years. He's, like, very much an alpha male. I'm very much alpha female. And so we do clash on things, and I'm not scared to tell him what I think about things. And he doesn't take too kindly to that, especially now he's in his 40s. But I still look at him like a little baby brother. I still call him Diddles. I'm like, hello, Diddles. And he's like, I'm not Diddles, because that's what we called him when he was a baby. And then I've got an older sister, Sasha, who was a lot older than me. She was like my stepsister. She was like 12 years older than me, and she just, like, really took me under her wing when she first started out in our industry. She was a model in the 80s and really just I idolised her. Like, she was everything to me.
Yeah. Talking of clashes, well, you've talked before, haven't you, Janet, about you and your sister?
Yeah, we didn't get on at all. I mean, I was 2. My sister suddenly arrived and I was really cross because we had to share a bedroom. And I remember growing up in Fulham, in London, and few Fulham people here today. I drew a line down the middle of the room and I said to her, if you cross that, I'm going to kill you. Poor
okay.
cow.
But it got a little bit better as you got older, though.
A little bit better. A little bit better. I mean, we weren't really, really close, it's got to be said. It wasn't helped by the fact that we moved out to suburbia when I was about 13 or 14 and she was just changing schools, so she had to start at a new school where she didn't know anyone, and she ran away from home and then came back. It was awful, actually. But we never really discussed it, because my mum used to say to me, well, what does Pat think? I went, I don't know, I don't talk to her. Like you do when you're a teenager. And they would say, what does your sister think? I don't know, ask her, I don't talk to her.
Wow.
But actually, later in life, after my dad died, we got close. cancer, and because we began to investigate our family history, and it was really bizarre that Mum and Dad hadn't told us so much. And then finally, my sister sadly got cancer, and I paid for a lot of her treatment, and we got close, you know, before she died. And I really campaigned, you know, for better circumstances for her in the last few weeks of her life.
Yeah, so, you know, you can't... There you go.